It is Michelle with Moksha Grace Coaching, and I am coming to you today from my mother's house. I'm actually helping her move in a friend of hers that's going to be her roommate. So I am being in service today out of love. So thank you so much for joining me and being here for Moment of Presence. It is day 5 of the Love series, and today we're talking about, are peace and love actually the same? And so we're going to dive into that. We're going to wait for a few more people to get here. Don't forget to share this out, this video out, all the videos. You can share out my community as well, the Calm the Chaos community. You can find me at mokshagrace.com and Moksha Grace all over social media, definitely. I want to just say for a moment that this has been a spectacular week. I think that sitting down and talking about love every single day has just been so much fun. And, you know, we've talked about how we feel about ourselves, self-love. We've talked about loving our jobs, or I should say, does our job love us? We've talked about taking just radical responsibility for ourselves and our emotions so that we are responding and not reacting. We've talked a little bit about expectations and judgments, and we're going to go into that a little bit more today because that ultimately is what brings you peace, and we'll go through that. And so, okay, so is peace and love the same? What we feel inside that moment, you know, like I said in the promo, when you're going on vacation, that moment when you sign off your computer at the end of the day at work, the moment when you lay your head down on your pillow and you're getting ready to go to sleep, the moment that for some people when they walk into their church on Sundays, maybe when they walk out of their church on Sundays. For me, one of the moments that I find and I feel such peace is when I'm on our boat and we're out in the middle of the bay, and my husband loves to fish. And so he'll be fishing at one end of the boat and I'm on the other end. And of course, I'm not really fishing. I'm just kind of sitting there enjoying the nature and the water and just looking to see what I can see, because sometimes you'll see manatees and sometimes you'll see porpoises, and it's just beautiful. And it's so quiet and it's so serene. And I'll put my legs up on the motor, the engine of the boat, called the transom, and I just sit there, and the boat will be gently rocking back and forth, just ever so slightly. And that, listening to the wind, feeling the sun, that to me is ultimate peace. And in that moment, I can find love in anything and everything, especially internally, because now I'm feeling that peace internally. When we are in that mode, when we're then in a situation where we're surrounded by other people and maybe we get stressed out, if you can pull in that kind of a memory, that kind of that feeling that you get, you can bring yourself right there in the bay, rocking in the boat, whatever your piece is, and you can just sit in it. So you can actually bring your peace into any moment. It does take practice, but it's not hard to do. Some people find it in meditation. Some people find it when they're riding a bike. Some people find it when they're surfing or hanging with their kids, when their kids have that just joyous laughter and they can't stop, or their fur babies. So where do you find your peace? That's a question. Where do you find your peace? And the more you, yes, in the comments, the more we focus on the love and the peace, the more we're going to attract and find. But here's a little hint or secret. If you're exuding that energy, if you're in that moment and you're exuding that energy, then the people that you come in contact with, they're going to also feel that energy. And what do you think the impact is on them? So when you carry your peace with you, then you're going to bring peace to your surroundings. And then those people, it's a trickle-down effect, then those people will begin to feel peaceful and calm. Have you ever been around someone and you're like, God, just the way they talk, the way they are, I just feel so calm and safe in their presence? What if that could be you? So finding our inner peace and being able to put that out, right? Exude that in any situation that we're in. Awesome. And yes, there's sometimes we can lose our peace and we can lose our mind, but can you bring yourself back into that moment? And you can test that theory the next time you go out with friends, or the next time you're with your family, the next time things get a little bit crazy, depending on where you are. Just test it, test the theory. Now, we also talked about self-love and being unconditional. That doesn't mean that you have to put yourself in unsafe situations or in toxic situations. You know, if you have family members that are toxic and you love them unconditionally, accepting them for who they are, but then not willing to give up your peacefulness just because they want you to come over. It's being able to protect your peacefulness and exude it, and then maybe that will impact the situation. Imagine how peaceful you can be internally if you gave up judgment and expectations. And we talked about that on Valentine's Day, right? So if you could give up judging and expecting people to rise up to your standard, which may be perfectly fine. But when you can do that, then you'll be able to feel this calmness, this peacefulness internally, because it's not your job. It's absolutely not your job to judge other people or to expect things from them. You can tell people that you would like them to join you, or, you know, be with you or help you through something and listen to you. But you can also tell them that you don't want them to try to fix it. You just want them to be with you, right? And then you're kind of getting away, you're setting expectations. So there is no disappointment, there is no judgment. So I know it's a little cycle there a bit, but being able to say, I want a calm, peaceful interaction, however you want to say it, is fine to ask for that. Now, how they respond is on them. How you respond is on you. And then we also talked about your career, right? And your job, and does it love you? And we talked about shifting perspectives and using some alchemy, shifting it, flipping the switch. You know, I heard something today. I was listening to one of my books, and I heard something, and it was, you can either be happy or you can be right. And I'm going to pose that to you to think about in situations where you start to feel your peacefulness slipping. Would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And sometimes that means walking away from a situation. Sometimes it means listening and going, and then doing what you need to do anyway. Giving that person the respect that you heard them, but you still go and you do it the way that you need to do it. So think about that. Would you rather be happy or would you rather win or be right? And that's a big one. And I'll tell you what, I will choose happiness every single time. I don't have to be right or win because I have self-love. I don't need to prove myself to anybody else. The only person that I have to engage with on that level, as far as approval, would be myself, my integrity, my self-worth, my confidence. So see if you can shift your perspective for the weekend and into next week and see what happens. Happy or right? Happy or winning? Which one? Because when you're happy, you're always winning. So the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit today as far as peace and love is the thought of forgiveness. And we did talk about this a little bit too. You know, forgiving others, forgiving yourself, that means that you have to let go of judging. You have to let go of that expectations and the even jealousy and the judgment. But you have to have that self-forgiveness and the outer forgiveness. Because again, it's not our role to judge people, is it? Higher power, creator, God. I don't even think that he judges, he or she. I think that it's all about love and wanting the best for us, and therefore us wanting the best for each other. Because when you can find the peace within, when you can let go of all the trauma and all the drama and all of the shit that you're carrying with you, and you can just forgive and let live. It is not your responsibility to fix everybody else or be responsible for them or be responsible that they stick on their path. That's their journey, not yours. And so when you can be in forgiveness and you can be free of all of that baggage, that's when you're going to find the internal peace. And when you have that internal peace, it's going to lead you to the truth. You want to know what the truth is? There is nothing but love. That's all that exists. The fear and the shame and the blame and all of that stuff that we all get so weighed down by, that all comes from our ego. And our ego is not our true self. So when you can find the peace within, when you can let go, when you can forgive, you get to the truth. And the truth is you're just a bundle of love. That's all. You're a bundle of love. And yeah, even bundles of love can get a little, upset and mad sometimes, but bring yourself back to, did we come to this world angry? Did we come to this world as a complete jerk? No, we were little innocent babies. Just remind yourself, what did these people have to go through to make them so angry or belligerent or toxic or narcissistic? And when you can remember to ask yourself that, not to excuse their behavior, but to observe it and understand and go, okay, that's them. And now I get the choice, and we talked about choice this week too. I get the choice on whether I want to stay in this situation or I want out. And that is a big choice, but that choice is yours, my friends. It's yours, no one else's. And you have to look at the ramifications of it. What is it going to cost me if I stay? And what is it going to cost me if I go? And then you get to make the choice. So remember, when you find your internal peace, you find the truth. And the truth is we're all love. We're all love underneath all of it. We were born as little babies, full of love. We didn't know anything. We were just love, bundles of love. So I am so happy that we have had this week together. And I would love to hear from you. Which day was your favorite? What was your takeaway? What were you able to apply? What have you been able to use? What were your wins? What are your celebrations? I want to hear it. And even if you had some challenges with some of it, I want to hear that too. So next week, we are back to regular schedule. Wednesday, I will go live with my beautiful and amazing, wonderful rock star, Carrie Lewis, on Wednesday at 12. And then I will be live with Moment of Presence. We did test this week all the different times to see what was the most popular. So we'll see what that is for next week. And we will definitely make sure that you know where it is and when I'm going live. Thank you so much for being here. And before we sign off, I want to do just a couple of quick breaths. So everything that we talked about this week, I want you to breathe in, big deep breath. Just bring it into the moment. And as you exhale, let it sink into your heart, the love center of our body. And big deep breath in. And let it sink again. Long exhale. And one more big deep breath in. We talked about a lot. Just think about, what if all this works? What will I feel then? Long exhale. All right. So thanks again. And remember, every day when you wake up, it's either going to be a really good day or not a great day. But you have the choice. It is your choice, yours and yours alone. So choose wisely. Talk soon.